Hi, my name is Charlie and I am from Port Hope, Ontario. I am two-spirited and my pronouns are he, they.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Konrad. I live in Sioux Lookout, Ontario, and my pronouns are she, her. And I have been a foster parent for Tikinagan for over 20 years.
So I met Rhonda through a friend of hers actually. One of my foster parents, they were friends, so they introduced us. And eventually I just ended up living with her, which it was a good experience. Living with Rhonda, she had me take every opportunity that I could. And she was always supportive of my choices and decisions, even if she didn't like them. But she was always so encouraging of self-expression and being myself. I struggled a lot with my identity because I felt like I didn't fit in with your normal, stereotypical gay guy because of how feminine I was. And it wasn't until I grew my hair is when I started to get a feel for which direction I wanted to go in with my identity.
Well, he even came out before high school. I knew since he was probably 3 or 4 years old, I started to suspect that he may be on the LGBTQ 2S plus spectrum. And then when he was about 13, 14, he said, "Rhonda, I have something to tell you." And I know he was, of course, you were just a little nervous, but I was inside I was like, "Oh, you know what, Charlie, I love you." And I just so you know, I kind of guessed.
I already knew.
Yeah, I already knew.
And then they threw this little party for me, you and Debbie and them. We
Yeah.
had a little cake and stuff. It was cute. They really did understand and know that I was gonna be on the spectrum, so I really appreciate all their efforts.
I still remember you were probably 6 years old. We were at Blueberry Hill, so it's a sliding hill here in town, and he was just a little guy, and we were going up the hill, and him and I were talking, and he was asked me, "What if I like boys? Or what if someone likes boys?" And I was like, "Oh, that's okay. You can I like boys. We can all like boys, and we can like girls. It's all good." And it's the little things as they're trying to explore and figure themselves out, because you have to have freedom of expression. And then so it was something that you were just evolving and growing as a person and trying to figure this out.
My community, we have a lot of people who are gay, bi, trans, and two-spirited. Together as our own little community, we get together, we hang out. We do things together to let our community know that we're there and we're together, but also we're also very engaged in our community for visibility purposes, just to let our community know that we're there. And they know we're there because our presence is all of us are known for something in our community. We either help out, we're always involved.
Well, what I think is important for people to know is, first of all, if you have a child, whether you give birth to a child, whether you foster a child, you adopt, you care for a child privately, however a child comes into your life, you're never going to know if that child will end up growing up to be on that LGBTQ spectrum. So I think every caregiver has to be prepared and open that may be part of your parenting experience. But it's not me. So Charlie's identity is not reflective on me. It doesn't change me whether I'm gay or straight or anything. And I think that, another thing that I think is important too is I have a strong faith and I think that there are a lot of people with different faiths who also fully support and are allies to the LGBTQ community. And we also can't assume because a person has a certain belief system that they won't support either. But I do know for a fact that if caregivers do not support children and youth who are on this spectrum, children and youth run the risk of self-harm, mental health issues, and risk of suicide. And it's not worth it to lose a single child to this. And, and I think if anyone ever rejected someone or who is on that spectrum, they miss all the blessings, because Charlie has been one of my greatest blessings in my life. And if I had been that way, we would have missed that and our journey together. Which is, he taught me, I've taught him, and we've grown together.
I really regret waiting and taking this long to like find my kind of like aesthetic and how I want to present myself and how I want people to view me. And yeah, just go at it. Just be yourself. From the very moment you know, and the very moment you establish who you are, just go forward with it. Don't look back, because that's one of my biggest regrets, is waiting this long to I forgot what I was gonna say.
You know, it's being you, totally you, and whatever that is on your socials, you present and you are who you are, and you're not afraid to totally be you. And I think that when youth keep that from people and keep that from themselves, and that's what causes them not to feel good about themselves, when they keep secrets and they feel shame. And there is no shame in anyone being who they are.
Rhonda, thank you for being there and showing me that I could be fearless by encouraging me to do things that I was scared to do. But because I knew you were there and would be there, I did it. I experienced life, and it's because you helped shape me.
And you helped shape me in all the best ways. And I want to thank you, Charlie, because you brought color, joy, laughter, crazy experiences into my life. And my life would never have had half the color in it if you weren't in it. And not only just you, but when you have a child in your home, you also have their family. And your family, like, I love your mother, and I know she loves me, and the rest of your family. Like, I got you and your family, and they got me.
Yes.
And they got Debbie and her husband and the family, like, and Bernice and all the people who've cared for you. We're all like a big family, and we will be. And I just want to say to you that I'm going to be there for you as long as I'm alive, and I will always be there for you.
Thank you.